The skies over northern China have always been a place of quiet experimentation. But in recent years, something has changed. Observers, analysts, and intelligence agencies have all begun to notice a pattern. Unusual shapes, unfamiliar flight profiles, and aircraft that don't quite match anything seen before. And at the center of this growing mystery is one name that is quickly capturing global attention: the Shenyang J-50. Described as one of China's most secretive aviation programs, the J-50 is not just another fighter jet. It represents a potential leap into what many experts define as the sixth generation of air combat, a domain where stealth, artificial intelligence, sensor fusion, and next-generation propulsion begin to redefine how wars in the sky are fought. Unlike traditional aircraft development programs, the J-50 has emerged in fragments. There has been no grand unveiling, no official rollout ceremony, and no detailed specification sheet released to the public. Instead, what the world knows today comes from careful analysis of satellite imagery, leaked footage, and brief glimpses captured during test activities. And yet, even these limited insights point toward something revolutionary. One of the most striking features associated with the J-50 is its reported tailless design. This is not just an aesthetic choice. It's a fundamental shift in how aircraft are engineered for stealth. Traditional fighter jets rely on vertical stabilizers for control and stability, but these surfaces also reflect radar signals, making the aircraft more detectable. By eliminating the tail entirely, engineers can significantly reduce the radar cross-section, allowing the aircraft to operate deeper inside contested airspace without being easily tracked. However, removing the tail introduces major aerodynamic challenges. Stability, maneuverability, and control all become far more complex. This suggests that the J-50 is likely relying on advanced flight control systems, possibly powered by artificial intelligence or highly sophisticated algorithms, to maintain stability in real time. If true, this would place China at the forefront of integrating AI-assisted flight into frontline combat aircraft. The propulsion system of the J-50 is another area surrounded by speculation. While official details remain classified, analysts believe the aircraft could be powered by a twin-engine configuration, potentially incorporating next-generation engines designed for higher efficiency, increased thrust, and possibly even adaptive cycle technology. Such engines would allow the aircraft to switch between different performance modes, optimizing for speed, range, or stealth depending on mission requirements. There are also discussions around the possibility of advanced thrust vectoring or even entirely new propulsion concepts that could enhance maneuverability without compromising stealth. While these ideas remain speculative, they align with the broader global trend toward more flexible and capable propulsion systems in sixth-generation designs. Stealth, of course, remains at the core of the J-50's identity. But in the context of sixth-generation warfare, stealth is no longer just about avoiding radar. It's about managing an entire spectrum of detection methods, including infrared signatures, electronic emissions, and even data link visibility. The J-50 is expected to incorporate advanced materials and coatings, along with integrated electronic warfare systems, to minimize its presence across multiple detection domains. Its mission profile appears to be centered on air superiority, but with capabilities that likely extend far beyond traditional dogfighting. Modern air combat is increasingly about information dominance, detecting the enemy first, sharing data seamlessly, and engaging targets from long distances. The J-50 is expected to operate as part of a larger network, potentially coordinating with drones, satellites, and other assets in a highly connected battlespace. This brings us to an important point. China is not developing the J-50 in isolation. Alongside it, programs like the Chengdu J-36 are also progressing, suggesting a multi-track approach to sixth-generation development. Each platform may serve different roles, with the J-50 focusing on stealth and air dominance, while other aircraft handle strike or support missions. The most significant moment in the J-50's development came toward the end of 2024. On December 26th, a video surfaced online showing what many analysts believe to be the aircraft during a test flight. Though brief and lacking official confirmation, the footage provided the first real glimpse of the platform in motion. For many in the defense community, this was a clear signal. The program had moved beyond theory and into active testing. What made this moment even more remarkable was the timing. Reports indicated that the J-50 was being tested alongside another prototype, reinforcing the idea that China is accelerating its efforts to field next-generation systems. This dual development approach could allow for faster iteration, greater innovation, and ultimately, a more robust final product. From a strategic perspective, the implications are significant. For decades, the United States has maintained a clear edge in advanced military aviation, particularly with fifth-generation fighters like the F-35 Lightning II. However, the emergence of platforms like the J-50 suggests that this gap is narrowing, and possibly faster than many expected. The U.S. is currently working on its own sixth-generation initiative under the Next Generation Air Dominance (NGAD) program. While details remain limited, timelines suggest that operational deployment may still be several years away. In contrast, China's visible progress with the J-50 raises the possibility that it could field an operational sixth-generation fighter earlier than anticipated. This does not necessarily mean that the J-50 is more advanced, but it does indicate a shift in momentum. In military technology, timing can be just as important as capability. Being first to deploy a new generation of systems can provide a critical advantage, both strategically and psychologically. At the same time, it's important to approach these developments with caution. Much of what is known about the J-50 is based on analysis and informed speculation. Without official data, it is impossible to fully assess its capabilities, limitations, or readiness. History has shown that early prototypes often differ significantly from final production models. And yet, even with these uncertainties, one thing is clear: the J-50 represents a major step forward in China's pursuit of advanced air power. It reflects years of investment, research, and a growing confidence in domestic aerospace engineering. As the world continues to watch, the J-50 remains a symbol of both innovation and mystery. It is a glimpse into the future of air combat, where technology, strategy, and secrecy converge in ways that are only just beginning to be understood. Because in the end, the real story of the J-50 is not just about one aircraft, it's about a global race. A race to define the next era of aerial warfare. And right now, that race is becoming more intense than ever.